All right, let's fucking do this. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Some exciting times with events coming up.
Oh, yeah.
Let's start with the Fatal Four, which is tomorrow.
Yep. So we've got... Who we got? We got Jordan Sill. We got Chance Shaw, Don Underwood, and Mike Aiello. Mate. And it's Jordan v. Chance and Mike v. Don for the first rounds.
Yeah. So, okay, so I'm going to start with Jordan and Chance. They only have to... Okay, so keep in mind, they only have to win one match and they're through.
Is that the rule set?
I'm pretty
It's
sure.
not like best of three and then they fuck off to the next opponent.
Everything that I've heard points towards one match.
Fuck.
Yeah, mate. So
it's one match, winners versus winners?
Yeah.
Losers versus losers? Is that how it works?
So my understanding is that it's going to be, Chance versus Jordan and Mike versus Don.
Yeah.
The winner of each go on to verse each other, and then the losers of each go on to verse each other for third and fourth place.
Oh, I see.
If they're doing it any other way, I'm interested to know. So, but if we get straight to predictions, Mark, who have you got for Jordan versus Chance?
I think Chance from his recent performance with Jordan.
Yeah. Look, I'm walking in thinking Chance is going to win. But the interesting thing that I've been hearing is every single competitor in this four-way is going in saying they're the best version of themselves. They're feeling awesome.
Yeah.
I'm like...
Is that because Chance is like 300 fucking pounds?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I don't know when he got that heavy.
He's probably been trying to lay off gaining weight this entire time. And he's just said, fuck it.
Yeah.
He's going supers now.
Yeah, for sure. Look, I'm going to say if it's one match, I'm going to say Chance wins just because he's explosive, quick off the top. He's hard to stop. Having a one-only match, it doesn't give you much time to figure your opponent out. Yeah,
and that's where Jordan Seale's experience can't really come into play if it's just one match.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm going to say Chance wins, and then we move on to Don Underwood,
Don and Mike,
and then Mike Aiello. So this is actually a really tough one.
Yeah,
I would say Mike Aiello's still the favourite. Because we're still yet to see a really informed Don Underwood that we saw back in Armours in 2009, 2011, whatever that was, 2012. I'm still going to have to say Mike Aiello wins.
It all depends on how Don is coming in.
It really does.
He's saying he's back in form.
He's a bit of a question mark. I know a few months ago I saw him training with Michael Todd, and he looked good. Michael still had his number even in practice.
Yeah, that is Michael though.
It is Michael. It's what, I actually think it's going to be closer than we think. I reckon it's going to be a close match with Mike Aiello just getting the win.
Yeah.
And the reason I say that is I don't think Don's going to be able to top roll Mike. I think it's going to go into a bit of a hook. And I still think that Mike's hook...
it's better than Don's, you reckon?
Yeah, I think it's just going to be a case of getting into the... if either of them get in the position that they want, I think it could be anybody's. But I think it's more likely that if Mike gets his position, he's going to keep it on his side of the table. Kind of like the last match we saw when Don versed Devin Larratt, that last match where Devin caught him and then sunk him in.
Yeah, that's right.
I think it'll look a little bit like that.
Yeah, well, I mean, Mike's got the leverage advantage in that regard too.
Yeah, but in saying that, Don's hand in that high hook's really strong.
It is, yeah.
So a bit of a question mark. I'm still going to say Mike. So
Yeah.
overall, it's going to be Mike, Don, Chance, and Jordan Seal.
Okay.
Yeah, Mark. What about you?
It's Don, Mike, Chance, in my opinion.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
how do you think it's going to go? Like, where do you see the match going with Mike and Don?
I just see Don out rotating basically Mike and a hook.
Yeah.
Just and being the shorter guy, having him over the table as well. So
Yeah.
Mike, from what I've seen, loves to throw shoulder forward
Yeah.
and cup in and drive side.
Yeah.
It just gives everything to Don. It's like, come over here.
For sure.
Yeah.
It's in saying that though, like Mike's cup and supination, it really does cut off people's pronation.
It
So
does.
it's like it's hard to see exactly what's going to happen. I would say Don might even have a bigger hand than Mike.
I don't know. I've never gripped any of them.
I don't know. Like Mike's what 6'4", but he doesn't look like he has the biggest hand for a guy that size. I could be wrong, but it's hard to tell. I don't know, man.
I just think old Don mate's gonna fucking have too much power,
Yeah.
especially on his side of the table.
If we see a confident, explosive Don, like we did back in the day, I think Mike's in trouble.
Yeah, and that's what I'm hoping for. That's my money. That's where my money's at. If it's a confident, explosive Don.
All right, mate. So, do you know what time it is tomorrow for us?
No idea.
We'll find out. It's an issue with different time zones.
Yeah. I think Aussie Arm Wrestler's going to do like a watch party as well, so he definitely knows what time it is.
Sweet. Alrighty. Well then, anyone who's not sure what time it is, follow Aussie Arm Wrestler.
Yeah. Quick shout out.
The better version of us.
Yeah. the non-alcoholic version of us.
Yeah. We're like the alcoholic version of Aussie Arm Wrestler from Wish. Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Okay, but speaking of Fatal 4-Way, there is a Aussie version actually in the making.
Oh, fuck yeah. I'm actually super keen if this ever happens.
Yeah.
Honestly.
So, look, just to quickly segue, Vic State titles, it's still up in the air at the moment because New South Wales is in lockdown and Queensland still substantially a red zone state.
And they're not allowed into Melbourne, I believe, at this stage without quarantining.
Yeah, so as COVID would have it, we're not sure exactly what's going to happen. But this has got us thinking in other avenues, especially hypothetical matchups and whatnot.
Yeah.
So tell us who's going to be in this fatal 4-way.
Fuck yeah. All right. So I got you against Marcus Atiro and Torben Pelican versus Lachlan Carpenter.
Yeah.
And those are the matchups as well.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Interesting.
I hope you like that matchup.
I do. It's really good. So, all right. Torben versus
the Prince.
Lachlan, the Prince of Coin. So, according to Blue and maybe even according to the AAF, Torben's ranked above Lachlan. It makes sense.
Yeah, that's right.
So this is actually a really interesting matchup stylistically.
Yeah, you saw him over in December last year when they both competed at the state title. I think they're calling it a state title. It was like an amateur comp, and then it eventually turned into a state title. But if you placed first, you weren't allowed in. Yeah, basically.
Yeah. So back then, Torben competed in the super heavy class, left and right. And I think he came second only to Marcus.
That's right.
Arms. And left arm was quite close.
It was.
With Torben actually almost getting the pin a few times.
Yeah.
But due to elbows, Marcus eventually got the win. Right-handed was pretty one-sided towards Marcus. Lachlan also competed in that class, if I'm not mistaken.
He did.
But I can't remember what he placed.
I think it was 6th on the right.
Yeah.
Don't quote me on it.
Yeah. In saying that, Lachlan's come a long way in the last 7-8 months.
Yeah.
Um, I would honestly say that Lachlan is more likely to win this.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Torben tends to be a bit of a low hand top roller or kind of an open-handed hooker.
Yeah.
And
In a sense, that's right. Yeah.
and he's kind of got a good transitional press.
Yep.
And he can kings move.
That's right.
Mr. Prince of Coin, you can discuss where he likes to go.
Just a quick high hand top roll,
Yep.
basically with a focus on rise.
Yeah, and he can occasionally pull off a king's move as well.
He can also low hand as well.
He can low hand, yeah.
Yeah, king's move. No, he can't pull off a king's move.
Look, he's attempted a king's move.
It's the prince move, bro. It's the prince move. The shitter version of the king's move.
Oh man!
But I do see old mate Prince fucking winning the match.
Yeah,
I do.
So can I. And that's not to take anything away from Torben. He's a really uncomfortable guy that if he gets what he needs from you, you just get lost. And
you do.
You can't win. So, and I've seen him do it time and time again. He's beaten Adam Lower in the past.
Yeah, he's got a win streak over Adam Laura, I think 2 times now.
Yeah. So
at this stage, yeah.
Yeah. So look, I felt on the practice table a few days after that Queensland comp, I did some training with Torben, and he did feel strong. Yeah, still, if I had to pick a winner, I'd still say Lachlan. Yeah, so I'll just leave it there.
Yeah. I mean, it's not that complicated.
Yeah,
I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, go to yours and Marcus's match.
This is a really interesting matchup. So you only just had a super match with this man.
I did.
And you won 3-0, so 2 pins out of straps and then 1 pin in straps.
That's right.
And the way that I saw that match was, you played your cards really well in that. You did exactly what you needed to.
Yeah.
Took him out of the power, took him out of his power, kept him outside of his shoulder, didn't give him any opportunities to make adjustments or anything.
Yeah.
And look, that's what you've got to do with a guy that size. Not
only that, if you sink it to his hook, it's literally like a iron fucking wall.
Yeah.
It just doesn't move, and it's so awkward too because it feels. So I felt that wall at the on the last ready go, where he got into a kings, and as I drove with my wrist cupped, it kept opening and opening and opening.
Yeah.
He's got a fantastic lock, an open lock.
Yeah. It really does look impressive.
Yeah, and then once he's cupped as well, and in that open sort of lock, it's near impossible to hold or contain.
Yeah. Yeah, interesting. So if I am going to beat this guy, I've got to do something very similar, which the way that I'm training.
Yeah, you're getting a nice orthodox top roll.
Yeah. Now. So I think there's some avenues for me.
Yeah.
Not to mention I've got a few tricks up my sleeve. That's what I reckon. I'll leave it at that.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. So either way, he's ranked above me. So I'll cop the underdog card for that. I'll just come with my guns loaded. I've got nothing to lose. I'll just
that's a good position to be in too. Having no expectations.
That's the thing. There's no real pressure on me.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's a lot to prove. But yeah, I'm really trying to adopt that mindset of just backing myself. Like when I look back at my wins and losses over the last 2 to 3 years, like, fuck, man, I really have come a long way.
Yeah.
And I'm just starting to believe that now that, you know what, like, I'm not the same arm wrestler I was 3 months ago, 6 months ago. I really think I've got something new to bring to the table.
Fuck yeah.
So yeah, I think I just need a little confidence boost by beating someone of his stature.
Yeah.
And then it'll give me that reassurance of like, you know what, I fucking belong here.
Yeah. Fucking oath.
Yeah. By the way, I got to train with Brett on Wednesday.
Inside
So
knowledge. Do we say it out in the open, mate? How's he feeling?
yeah, look, I feel really bad for the guy. You know, he was prepping really well, and then at work he tore his meniscus in his knee,
Yeah.
so he needs surgery for it. So he's just taking some time to assess that, address that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I won't say when he plans on getting back into things. It's just you know, he has an idea of what will happen, and it just goes down to his recovery.
Yeah.
So you know, he came on Wednesday. It was great, just getting him out of get him back on the table essentially.
Yep.
And you know, he had to be careful with his knee, but so he struggled to drive.
Yeah, that's
So
right.
he did a lot of defensive arm wrestling, which was good for both me and him.
Yep.
Yeah, so it's good.
Fuck yeah.
So yeah,
And you were meant to have a super match with him as well.
yeah, we agreed to one, but it was never locked in. There was never a date locked in.
Yeah, okay.
Ultimately, if he hadn't have injured himself, I reckon it would have already happened by now, because
Yep.
it would have given us an idea of where we were at and just given us some practice for the
Yeah,
upcoming states.
absolutely.
And it was just a friendly super match, so there was nothing serious on the line. It was just
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah. You got to have him. Yeah.
Yeah. So no. Apart from that, yeah, he's doing
Fucking
all right.
oath.
Yeah.
All right.
I want
Actually,
to.
I want to talk about say you win against Marcus in this fucking fatal four-way.
Yeah.
You versus Shekel.
Yeah. I mean, if I win against Marcus, I'd like Jordan Davis. I've been prepping for Jordan Davis for states, but now that's not happening. And I would, if I'm, I'd even go as far to say I'm more likely to beat Jordan than I am Marcus, just stylistically.
Oh fuck.
Yeah. So it wouldn't surprise me if I can, and not taking anything away from Jordan. He's a legitimately serious.
He's a dangerous
dude.
guy, man.
He's a dangerous fucking guy. But if you don't play your cards exactly right,
yeah,
you're not fucking.
yeah. Look, just watch the fucking New South Wales Championships.
Exactly right. So, I've been doing a lot to prepare, and in saying that, I think there's probably even a few people on the top 10 list who I can't beat that are lower than Jordan. But then I think I could also beat Jordan.
Yeah.
So
that's why a top 10 list in arm wrestling it's
hard.
You got to think of it as a temporary thing. It's not. It's never set in stone.
Exactly. Some other news. It's not nothing. It's not confirmed, you could say, but there's rumors that Cole and Branko might be returning to arm wrestling.
Fuck yes.
Yeah,
I remember him back in the day, man.
Crazy.
Just a big dude.
Yeah, I think the last time Branko rocked up to 2019 Arnold's.
Yeah, I was there.
And then he came and just played with everyone.
Yeah,
came and played with Blue on the table.
Yeah,
just so strong.
Is he still like 200 kilos?
I don't know what his weight is these days. But yeah, he was sitting around that weight, give or take, for quite a long time.
Yeah.
It's just the biggest hand I've ever seen.
Yeah. I've heard rumors of the hand.
Have you never seen his hand? Or
I've seen it. I've never touched it.
So you've gripped up with Henry.
Yep.
It's like Henry's hand, but a lot fatter.
Yeah, I thought so.
Like,
I thought as much.
I'm talking like one of his fingers is two of mine.
Yeah.
It's absurd. So yeah, you'd really get lost in it.
Fuck.
And just like, I remember the first time he arm wrestled, he jumped on the table with Jesse Johnson, and Jesse was trying to gain some sort of hand position, and Branko was just like toying with his hand like nothing. And he's never done any arm wrestling before. Like, it was absurd. So he's one of those guys that if he was passionate and pursued it, he would be number one in Australia.
Yeah.
Easy. Like, it only took him a few years to be beating people like Doug, people like that.
That was back in the heyday, basically.
Yeah, like 2016 nationals.
When Doug was dominating, yeah.
he would only been doing it for like a year,
Yeah,
and he beat Doug.
that's nuts.
Yeah. So, yeah, I spoke to Cole the other day, and he said he'd talk to Branko and he'd consider training again, but it's very hit and miss with them. They're just on and off.
Yeah.
So I really think that they need to come back to this sport. They're just they're really good for the sport. They're powerful people, and
Yeah.
it'd really help reestablish Victorian power. So
That's yeah. I agree. Because you still got Victoria. It's all I really know that can sort of, if I think of like top 3 placements, and if Victoria shows up, it's you, Brett. Who else? I can't really think. Tim Rocco, potentially.
Tim Rocco,
Sean. You got Robbie as well in the lightweight categories. But
you
that's...
can't count out Tim Gatsby. Still always stupid strong.
Oh fuck yeah! Tim Gatsby.
Like
Isn't he injured at the moment?
I don't know. I haven't seen him. He rocked up to training probably a month or so ago. And like his left always feels stupid strong.
Yeah.
Pound for pound, I still don't think anyone in his weight class could beat his left.
Yeah. I think he's only got Josh to contend with at this point in time, under 70. And yeah, I don't think. Oh, I don't know.
I think left-handed Tim all day.
I think Tim has it just over. Yeah.
And then right-hand, I would probably say Josh.
Well, Josh did win the last nationals, so.
Oh, he did? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Well, then it's not that bad. Now that I've really put it out there, it's not that bad.
No. Look, we do have a few guys who are really coming along. One of our guys, Aquaman, he's like 6'3", 6'4", something.
The Wish version of Jason Momoa.
Yeah, Jason Momoa from Wish. He was getting a few pins on Sean's right on training on Wednesday.
Does that mean Sean's back?
Sean is back.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Man, his left is fucking mega.
Yeah, and he's starting to reestablish his power again.
Yeah.
Like, that really heavy hook power that he had?
Mate,
that's coming back. So for a while there, he lost a little bit of weight, and he was experimenting with dieting and stuff like that, and he was in and out of training, and he kind of lost a few of those angles, but over the last few weeks, I've been really feeling them. I'm like, fuck yeah, this is really good. So he needs to work on his hand and put a few things together, fill a few holes in, and then he's a serious contender.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, he's got a really quick hit as well. You don't expect it. He's pulled it out of his ass. It's really, yeah.
I remember it was the catch and hold type. Now he's hitting.
Nah, I'll find a video of him pinning in training, and you'll be like, where the fuck did this come from?
Fuck.
It's actually.
I'm keen.
No, I'll find
it
after this. I'll put it in.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Keen.
Yeah. So I just want to quickly talk about Torben versus Sam Burnett's recent match.
Yep. And that was that for a placement in Blue's top 10, like his opinionated list or opinion list?
I don't know what that. Yeah, I imagine so. That was for top 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't realize they were having a left-hand match as well.
Okay.
But my prediction was
exactly what happened.
Well, yeah, very close. So my prediction was 3-0 left and 3-1 right.
Yep.
And I'm pretty sure Torben won 3-1 left and 3-0 right.
Okay, yeah.
So I had them mixed up. But yeah, so Torben just looked strong. Like what I was talking about before, he gets where he wants, and then you get lost. And Sam Bennett's a really strong guy. Blues even said once he gets into these positions, he's really hard to beat. And there was multiple instances where Sam Bennett got the offensive and winning position, but it didn't matter because Torben caught and was able to reestablish that awkward hold that he does. And
that's right.
From there, he starts controlling the day.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's really hard to see where both of them are at because I haven't pulled them in at least 6 months, and I imagine they've both improved.
Yeah, Sam's definitely improved. I've pulled him recently.
Yeah.
Torben, I haven't put him in fucking ages now. We're talking like maybe 10 months.
Yep.
Yeah, I just believe the weight difference was the key in that situation. Plus the height difference as well. I mean, Torben's a 6'4", 6'5", I think.
Yeah, I think he's 6'4". How heavy is Torben, by the way? Would he be around 100 kilos?
I think 105.
105.
Playing it safe, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Interesting. And then Sam Bennett's what, 85 or so?
Yeah, floating around 80 to 85 at the moment. He peaked for Phil at 85 kilo.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. Look, I wonder if this opens up an avenue for Torben versus Marcus again.
Yeah, like the rematch.
It's just a rematch. It all depends if Torben wants it, I suppose.
That's right. Yeah.
I don't know Marcus too well, but is he the type of guy that will just accept any match, or?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah.
He just, I think he just wants to pull, and that's about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, so do you know Fatali called me out for a super match recently?
When was this? I think you
ago?
told me about it anyway,
Yeah.
but tell me about it. I forgot about it.
It just came out of nowhere. It was one of the group chats, and he just said, "Oh, if you want a super match, left or right, let's go." He said he's been watching a lot of my videos and tracking my progress, and yeah.
I gripped up with him when I went down to the Gold Coast.
Yep.
It's feeling very strong.
Yeah.
Very strong.
Interesting.
But the funny thing is, he sort of felt about 5% stronger than you back when I came to the hop.
Yeah.
It's close. And you've been training fucking hard too.
Interesting.
I know.
I think if he's going to have issues with me, I think he's not going to like my cup. He's not going to like my risk containment.
Yep. I think that's your path too. Yeah.
But
that's your path. It's just full wrist flexion.
Who knows? I might surprise him and top roll him.
Fuck. That'll be mega if you top roll him. I can't even do it. I can't top roll the guy.
Feeling cute, might top roll.
Might top roll later.
Yeah. So that's actually, that'll be a really good test for me. Vitali's a good bloke, and he's super strong. He's got pins on you, Adam, Laura. I think even Blue and Doug, if I'm not mistaken.
I can't remember if he's got a pin on Doug or not.
He definitely has pins on Blue.
Yep.
So he's a serious threat to anyone on any given day.
That's right.
I'd love to see him versus Marcus, actually. That's a match I'd really love to see.
Yeah.
Yes, but Vitali's got a really big hand. So
yep.
I think he'd just be really intimidating in a setup.
Yep, he definitely is.
He plays into the strap really well. So yeah.
Yeah, every time I pulled him, there's not much strap left.
Yeah.
You know, it's just his hand's too fucking big.
Yeah. So I'd love to see a match with him and Marcus or Jordan. And then I think that'll kind of put things into perspective of where he's at.
Mm-hmm.
So who knows? Maybe one of the fatal four ways can be Marcus, Vitali, Jordan, and I don't know.
That sounds fucking awesome too.
Yeah. There's so many matches I want to see. I just want to compete. I feel like I've just been training my ass off all year for nothing.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, just fucked.
It's fucking COVID for you, mate. And then now we're basically becoming Melbourne.
Yeah, and like Victoria's just scared shitless right now because we're just worried that a case from Queensland or New South Wales is going to make its way in, and we're going to go back into lockdown.
It's going to happen. Like it's inevitable, right?
Because like we're still allowed to go into Queensland.
Really?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah. That's
fucking dumb.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. So yeah, still waiting for my boy Robbie to come home. I think he's just waiting for his region to get out of a red zone, and then he can come back without him.
Oh shit! Okay.
So yeah.
Fucking
yeah,
poor Robbie.
Yeah. So, little controversial topic you wanted to talk about before we conclude and wrap up.
Yeah, mate. Steroids. Fucking,
Ah,
fucking dice to the fucking gills, mate.
yeah, mate.
Yeah, mate.
So, um, so did you essentially want to talk about whether or not steroids
Well,
have a
look.
place in the sport?
So
Or?
first of all, we've got Ryan Bowen, which is probably the major piece of the puzzle here, who's basically admitted to taking PEDs. You know, showing us his blood work and even saying in a video, he'll be under guidance or like strict instructions of what to take.
Yeah. Anyone watching this, type in the comments, what do you think blue cycle is? We want to know.
It's like, man, shit. I'm keen to see those numbers.
Yeah, he was saying he's like, when he went and got his blood work done, he asked what his testosterone was at, and it was like 150, and the average was 15 to 30. So it's like 5 to 10 times higher than the average. So I
he's that just means he's on I believe he's on testosterone at the moment.
Yeah.
So it sounds like TRT. I'm guessing it's about 100 milligram.
Yeah.
And then the body's producing the rest. If not, he's on 150 completely. Like, I don't think so. I think body's producing. But then again, my understanding of it all is pretty shit.
Oh, fuck. I'm
not well versed in that fucking subject, but
yeah,
I've got a basic understanding of it. Yeah. But yeah, and it's Bowen's blood work and what he's been saying recently, and Tom Nelson as well. So complaining on all the forums.
Yeah, that was pretty funny. Yeah, so I think at the end of the day, steroids are here to stay. They've been part of most elite sports for a very long time.
Yeah.
And it's becoming increasingly more popular. And there's quite a lot of people in Arm Wrestling Australia that I believe are on it.
Yeah.
And that have already admitted to taking it. There's the good thing about arm wrestling is there's, like many other strength sports, is there are tested and non-tested leagues. So, for those who opt not to take steroids, like myself, I do find peace knowing that there are tested events where I feel like I'm competing against people who have similar, protocols to me. And then there's also the leagues that are non-tested where we can really find out how far you can take the human body.
Without assistance.
Exactly right. So, if it wasn't, if it wasn't for non-tested leagues, we wouldn't have our Levans, our sibling calves.
Yeah, bro.
Shit like that. So, yeah. So look, it's always going to be a subject that just divides people, but it is becoming increasingly more accepted, which I don't know if that's a good or bad thing, but yeah.
I think it's accepted as in people. It's not frowned upon as much.
I think once you get rid of the stigma, people are going to be more likely to share what they do.
Yeah.
I have it in my mind that, look, if you're going to take shit, just fucking don't lie, and no one will have a problem. Since Blue's come clean about his use, people have given him and shown him support. So, people appreciate honesty. And obviously I understand that there'd be reasons why people wouldn't want to disclose what they do behind closed doors. It's a personal decision to make. But I feel like if you're going to start competing in leagues, and I think there needs to be some level of transparency in the end. So,
yeah, that's right. Well, he did openly say, Blue openly said he's not competing in tested leagues.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so he's not trying to get away with, with the fact that he's doing.
Yeah, exactly. So good on him for taking that stand, I suppose. Yeah, Matt. So next episode, Muzz and I are going to be sharing our blood works. It's going to be like 50 IUs of growth hormone. Fucking our testosterone is going to be at like 400
minimum.
Gonna have trend rage.
Yep, trend rage.
Trendsomnia. Oh shit. Fuck, I don't know. What do you reckon about it all? Like, especially in Australia, because I know I've I'm pretty sure AF has the um,
We're underwater because of the WAF.
yeah. So
Is
yeah,
that WADA? I'm not too familiar with
I don't know why or SADA,
the
I don't
name.
know.
Yeah,
But
okay.
essentially, Australian Federation is a tested federation.
That's right.
So, you know, um, from an ethical perspective, they're against the usage of steroid or PEDs.
Yep.
I think it makes it slightly more complicated as well because we don't have multiple leagues in Australia. There aren't tested and non-tested leagues in Australia. There's
That's right.
the diversity. So you're going to get a blend of people, unfortunately.
Yeah. Yeah. And
Um,
it all depends on your attitude, you know?
yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
you can't just take steroids and expect to get better and stronger. You
Yeah.
have to put the work in. And I
Yeah.
mean, when people do complain about losing, it's like, well, did you work out 6 days a week? You know, train specifically for arm wrestling 2 hours a day.
Yeah.
Eat right.
Like the one thing that shits me is when people will comment on someone's performance and be like, steroids, steroids. And it's like, mate, you probably don't even work out. You have no idea what it takes to reach an elite level in any sport.
Yeah.
I can guarantee you wouldn't know half of what that person went through.
Bro. Couch athletes, man.
Couch athletes, exactly right. And it's like, just shut the fuck up. Simple.
Yeah.
And while I agree, people that are elite and take PEDs, they work just as hard as everyone else around them.
Yeah, if not harder.
Exactly.
Sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah. So, So I think when it comes to natural athletes who work just as hard but will never have the edge because they choose not to take steroids, I'm on the fence because 50% of me says, well, if you're not willing to keep up, then you've accepted that you will never be the best and you're willing to do one less thing to get to that end goal, which is being the best.
Yeah, but it is.
But then a part of me also says, well, look, as a natural athlete, just because I don't take steroids doesn't mean I don't deserve to be number one, considering I work just as hard as you, if not harder. Because my mindset is, as a natural athlete, is I have to work harder than non-natural athletes because I have to compensate for synthetic hormones. So, yeah.
Yeah, you're fighting an uphill battle.
Exactly right.
Seriously, yeah.
So, I think while I'm against steroid use, I think they're a part of the sport and we have to work around it and accept it. So
at this point in time, at least, yeah.
What the answers are to some of these questions, I don't know, but yeah. It's just a losing battle, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
So yeah, Mark.
What can you say?
Yeah, Mark. So,
fuck.
I am pretty fucking keen for tomorrow. So I reckon what we'll do
You'll be watching it live, you reckon?
Depending on what time it is. I'll do a review video for it. And I'll get that uploaded in the next few days.
Shit, yeah.
But until then, let's wrap up and have a beer and get shit faced.
Have a beer, yeah, fucking oath, mate.
I just because I'm a sports trainer, so I was just at footy today, and the senior division just won their game against the number 2 on the ladder footy club in their first. So they're just celebrating tonight, and it was took a lot of energy not to go out and get fucked up.
Why didn't you?
Because I had to go do a video with my boy.
Fuck off. That's a fucking sin. There's priorities, mate. Fucking hell.
I'm going to hell
done
now.
it tomorrow. You're not going to have a party tomorrow, cunt.
Fuck. Oh, shit.
Oh, fuck.
Alrighty, so let's wrap it up. Leave it there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's not much else going on in the fucking arm wrestling world, especially not in Australia. We're all fucking locked down.
No,
well, just me.
One thing that did interest me just beforehand, I saw Kyle Howarth upload a story of him training with Brock and Ben Carroll. So there's going to be a video uploaded very soon. So we will get to see what
Benny
kind of
boy in
shape
action.
Big Ben Concrete Carroll is in. And
Fucking oath.
I think he's still our number one in Australia. So I disagree with Blue's rankings that Lockie Adair's number one.
Mate, I still think Brett's number one because he's the only one that's fucking competing.
Yeah.
Legit. And those guys, like, all respect to him. I mean, if I reckon Lachlan might have a fucking chance, like, well, actually, he might fucking beat Brett at this stage, but he hasn't fucking done anything about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think Ben adopted the mindset that he'd rather just compete internationally because of where his form is at. Which is kind of offensive to all the rest of us.
Yeah, legit. He won 2016, 2017, and he's untouchable.
Yeah. So look,
anyway.
he's earned his spot. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but you can't hold that spot if you never compete.
Oh, exactly. So, he could be world number one and still not be number one in Australia.
Yeah, that's true.
So yeah. Alrighty, guys. Well, thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you guys soon.
Fuck yeah. See you, gents.